It's about freaking time that I do a 10-second songs reaction. Like, Anthony Vincent is kind of my idol in a sense. Like, I love watching his stuff and just seeing what he does with these styles. And he's able to make some really interesting stuff. I was originally going to react to his Down with the Sickness in the style of Tears for Fears because I voted for that, personally. I voted for that, and he really did an awesome job on the Tears for Fears version. It was in the style of like Shout, and I love that. I was also going to react to the Welcome to the Black Parade in the style of Queen, because I could pinpoint each style of Queen that he used in that, but I watched that like 45 freaking times. There's no way I would be able to watch it again and be like, okay, so this is it. And like, oh my god, he did that. Like, I can't do that. But what I can do is react to his Billie Eilish No Time to Die cover, which by the way, No Time to Die is the song used in the new James Bond movie. And he did it in the style of Chris Cornell, which plays back to, I believe it was Casino Royale. It was one of the earlier Daniel Craig movies where, maybe it was Skyfall. It was one of the earlier Daniel Craig Bond films where Chris Cornell did a song for it. So it's kind of like a nice little nod, homage to probably one of the greatest frontmans out of the grunge era. And I'm still, like, it still kicks my butt knowing that he's not with us anymore. Because, like, one of the things on my bucket list was to go see a Soundgarden concert with Chris Cornell. Like, I've always wanted to see him live because every time I hear him live, I'm like amazed. Like, Chris Cornell, he could like, yeah, his voice kind of goes in and out, but that's like the true raw grit of his voice that people really appreciate. And you never get like a bad performance out of him. You always get, like, he gives 100% his best. I'm getting worked up just thinking about it. Anyways, back to the video. Anthony Vincent, 10-second songs. He did Billie Eilish, No Time to Die, the cover in the style of Chris Cornell, and we're gonna watch that right now. I just want to point something out. I appreciate the session style that he's going for in this, because that was like something that Chris Cornell did. I believe he did that with his Billie Jean one, which I'm getting like a Billie Jean cover vibe to this already, and I like that. And I also like that he did his stash up a little like Chris Cornell's. That's a nice touch. Anthony Vincent looks strikingly close to Chris Cornell. Like, if they were to ever do a biopic of Soundgarden, I would pick this guy. I would pick this guy to be Chris Cornell, because he does look a hell of a lot like him, just on his own. I should have known. I live alone. Just goes to show that the blood you bleed is just the blood you. We were a pair, but I saw you there. Too much to bear. You were my life, but life was far from fair. Was I stupid to love you? Was I reckless to help? Was it obvious to everybody else? I'm actually trying my best not to get emotional right now. He sounds beautiful in his Chris Cornell style. That's the thing. He sounds strikingly like Chris Cornell, and like I said, like if you close your eyes, or it like yeah, Anthony Vincent has some characteristics that really stand out, so you can tell that who Chris Cornell is and who Anthony Vincent is. But I mean, if you really like, if no one knew who Chris, like if you showed somebody who had absolutely had no idea who Chris Cornell was, show them this and then play like Black Hole Sun or something like that, you'd be like, is this the same guy? You'd be like, no, this guy does a pretty good job. And I feel I feel I feel a bit emotional because of this. I like I know I said this already, but like I had a very big attachment to Chris Cornell's work in Soundgarden. Like one of my top 5 favorite bands easily. Let's get back to the video. Sorry.
That I've fallen for a lie. You were never on my side. Fool me once, fool me twice. Are you death of paradise? Now you'll never see me cry. There's just no time to die.
Oh. I'm sorry, I got like shocked when it actually went into like slight orchestration into percussion. Like I really thought this was gonna be like a acoustic performance through and through, which I was gonna feel every bit of emotion, like every bit of like sad emotion, thinking, in another life, Chris Cornell would be singing this song. But no, like this is good. This is awesome. Like I love most of Anthony Vincent's stuff. There's some questionable stuff, but obviously everyone has their preferences. But I really am digging this. I know I shouldn't be like analyzing and reviewing stuff, especially when I can't even do better. But if I were to review this just so far, just on a curve, this is really good. I would say if I were to do a 1 through 10, this is definitely, I would say this is an upper 8 to a 9. That it is really good. It's not perfect because it's not Chris Cornell, but it's the style, and it's really good. He's doing a really good job. Sorry, back to the video. You can see, and this is something I love about Anthony Vincent, is he feels the music when he performs. He feels it. Like you watch his behind the scenes stuff, he gets frustrated whenever he messes up because that's how much he feels it. And with Chris Cornell, like I've seen his Black Hole Sun cover, which is very emotional and very beautiful. He was so into it, and he almost cried in the middle of the performance because, like, that's the kind of power that Chris Cornell had. He had that much power over a plethora, over millions of people, like musicians, like musicians, fans, even people who weren't deep into music but knew Chris Cornell, knew his philosophy, and loved the stuff that he said or sang about. like Chris Cornell had so much power over people that no one really realizes. He's not like super mainstream. He's not like Michael Jackson or Freddie Mercury. Uh, he doesn't have. He's not like mainstream. But what he does have is so. He's one of like he was like one of the most humble people that you would ever hear about. And like you hear these stories about Chris Cornell, and you never hear a bad one. That's the kind of power that Chris Cornell had, and you can see that on the emotion of Anthony's face. Like he feels this. He feels the Chris Cornell aura, the presence of Chris Cornell, the spirit. I'm really getting into this because again, I love Anthony Vincent's stuff for the most part, and I love Chris Cornell, and I spent 11 minutes, and I spent half of the time just psychoanalyzing the shit out of this because I love it. Let's finish this up.
Fool me once, fool me twice. Saw you days of paradise. Now you never see me cry. There's just no time to die.
No outro? I can respect that. I can respect that. No outro? That's fine. That is fine. So that was Anthony Vincent doing No Time to Die by Billie Eilish in the style of Chris Cornell. That was awesome. That was really truthfully awesome. And I like I said at the beginning of the reaction, I almost cried in the middle of it. Like I almost started to tear up just because like it really just pulled me in. As a fan of Soundgarden, Audioslave, Temple of the Dog, and Chris Cornell in general, it pulled me in, and to just see someone who has so much respect for Chris Cornell, for his style and for his art, it really does warm my heart. That rhyme got bars. It really just, I'm trying to figure out the right word to say this. It really just makes me smile, knowing that while Chris Cornell might not be with us, the memory, the impact that he had still lives on in many musicians, many fans. It lives on through a lot of people, and like I said, it just warms my heart, and I'm gonna get very emotional. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. If you guys enjoyed this video, why don't you go down to the first link that you'll see? It's literally the first thing I put in the description. You can watch this yourself. Give Anthony Vincent some love. Give him a subscribe. Not that he needs any from me, because I literally only have one subscriber. But hey, if you want to check out some of my other stuff, you can subscribe to my channel too. I wouldn't mind that. Leave a thumbs up. That's going to help out a lot. And check out my social media links in the description down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.